Why, so thanks for staying with us on Midday Live. Still doing more stories, but it's time for us to look at businesses. And as we're preparing for the Farmers' Day celebration themed Eat What You Grow, the Ministry of Food and Agriculture says the ministry would ensure vegetable farmers meet the standards in the world markets. Now, at a business forum, the ministry explained the move will ensure vegetables are exported onto the international market.
In August this year, a temporal ban was placed on the exportation of vegetables into the European markets. This was a collaborative decision between the European Union and the Ministry of Agriculture due to the flouting of the European Union regulations by farmers. Although the temporal ban has been lifted, Ghana Veg says vegetable farmers are still battling with quality of produce.
We've had issues of pesticide residue. We've had problems with health concerning the kind of water that is used in cultivating these crops.
The Minister of Food and Agriculture, Fifi Kwete, said the ministry would ensure farmers do not breach the standards of regulations. The first secretary at the Netherlands Embassy, Thierry van Helden, said Netherlands intends to invest into the vegetable business in Ghana.
The Netherlands is very strong in vegetable cultivation. We see this sector as a great potential, as a sector with great potential in Ghana, and that's why we want to help develop the sector into a modern and commercially oriented and competitive sector.
Meanwhile, some trade delegations from the Netherlands were present to aid in financial assistance of some of the...
And remember, TVC will be giving you a detailed report and updates on tomorrow's Farmers' Day celebration. We move on to some more stories, and with 21 days to Christmas, government is not expecting any significant change in inflation figures during the season. Deputy Minister of Finance, Mona Quartey, in an interview, admitted 2014 has been a challenging year, but expects 2015 to be better.
The Christmas season is usually characterized by high inflation rates due to an increase in demand for consumer goods. With inflation currently standing at over 15%, government is optimistic the Yuletide will not push the figures any higher.
Orders have already been placed, all that has happened already. We saw the cedi not depreciate much. So that means it took that purchasing offshore very well. So we've seen that. I'm not sure that because of Christmas sales, we'll see a substantial increase in inflation. I don't think so.
The Deputy Minister is also hoping Ghana sees interest rates ease off slowly in 2015, as government is likely to ease domestic borrowing market.
We are going to be more out of the short-term domestic debt and more into the longer-term foreign lower interest rate. That will be the new profile to get, which is part of our new debt management strategy. Remember that even with us going into the IMF program, we will be getting more concessional funding and more grants. So the need to borrow domestic and short-term will be much, much reduced.
The ministry would be expecting commercially viable projects to pay for themselves.
Wise, now let's turn our attention to the telecommunications sector, seeing exactly what they are contributing to the fight against Ebola. Chief Executive Officer of the Telecoms Chamber, Kweku Sechiado, says the country has a responsibility to support countries fighting the Ebola virus in the sub-region. The Chamber is collaborating with mobile operators in the country to support a campaign to fight the deadly Ebola virus. Under 1 year, Ebola has so far killed more than 6,000 people in the sub-region. Even though Ghana is yet to record a case, measures are in place to combat the virus.
To date, I'll say we've been quite successful at doing that because at least we don't have the disease here. An indication of how effective the structures that we put in place so far have been: treatment centers, holding centers, isolation rooms across the various hospitals, and also put in place a contact tracing and case management structure.
Following the African Union Business Roundtable on Ebola aimed at raising resources to support affected countries, mobile telecom companies have joined the campaign. with 1 Ghana cedi. Every customer using any of the networks can text Stop Ebola to short code 7979 to help save a life.
Throughout the 41 countries in Africa where mobile network operators are participating in this campaign, a short code has been set aside for subscribers to text and make a donation to this special fund over the next 3 months.
Donated funds will support affected countries. The public may track the extent of contributions on www.africaagainstebola.com. So it's just a click away to contribute to a good cause. It's clicking Stop Ebola to 7979, and remember, it's just 1 Ghana cedi. Quickly, let's look at the forex markets before we wrap up this afternoon. Figures remaining unchanged there for the cedi to the dollar on the interbank market, buying and selling at 3 Ghana cedis, 19 pesos there. Remember, these are figures from the central bank, and you might get it a bit higher or lower depending on where you exchange your money. Seeing some appreciable amount also to that of the pound, the cedi to the pound this afternoon, buying at 5 Ghana cedis, 01 pesos, and also selling at 5 Ghana cedis, 01 pesos. Definitely some changes there with regard to the peso as when you check the indexes at the latter end of the money. And to the euro, that is the cedi to the euro, also buying at 3 Ghana cedis, 93 pesos, and selling at 3 Ghana cedis, 93 pesos, definitely with some changes in pesos there. That will do for business this afternoon. Later at 4:30, more updates. You can also join us online. It's tv3network.com.